evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Nightly Chronicle. I am investigative journalist Carmicheal, bringing you the news that they do not want you to hear. Our first story tonight: unidentified flying objects spotted in Price Hill at approximately 10:30 p.m. on December 31st, 1999. As the rest of the city was enjoying the festivities and reining in the new millennium, several citizens reported what they believed were small, unidentified flying objects approximately the size of a lawnmower hovering above a storage facility in Price Hill.
So I was walking down the road in Price Hill, and I heard this noise that sounded like a lawnmower. I looked up in the sky, and I saw these four little lights up in the sky. It looks like UFOs. And the next thing I know, I started hearing gunshots. So I took off running. It was pretty wild.
Like it just floated there above my storage unit, and after a few minutes, it took off. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, Corey, there I was out in Price Hill getting my pod collection out of storage when I see these four big bright lights hanging up in the sky the way bricks don't, like a spaceship. And I don't know what they was doing up there, and I don't want to find out, but they come down, and I see this bright beam of light come down and just kind of hit the facility. I'm just like, oh shit. I turned and ran. Like, I had to get out of there. I do not know what the hell was going on. I don't want to know, but them aliens is up to something.
Despite the several reports from the eyewitnesses near the scene, the police responded to this event in a very peculiar way. 3 blocks down the road, a robbery was called in at a local gas station. The manager of said gas station claims that no robbery was called in, and indeed, no robbery was occurring. It did, however, place the police conveniently close to the UFO sightings, which they responded to by apparently arresting a bunch of bikers in connection with the local biker gang, the Red Caps, on what they called a drug trafficking incident, and several of them were placed in the hospital for gunshot wounds after the fact. Despite the fact that the police claimed that this was a drug-related incident, none of those bikers have so far publicly been charged with drug trafficking. Between the eyewitness testimony of the citizens and the official statement from the police, we can conclude 2 things. One, that the story the police are giving us and the story that the citizens report are indeed vastly different. And the second, and while one says this happened and one says the other happened, we can certainly not say that nothing happened. UFOs in the sky, are they aliens? Who knows? Honestly, there are any number of things that they could be. But the fact that the Cincinnati Police Department and local governments refused to comment on that very crucial piece of evidence from the happenings of December 31st is in and of itself proof that the truth is being masked. And I encourage all our viewers to keep their eyes open for future happenings. For if the government that we trust with our safety is not willing to provide us with the truth and the tools necessary to keep ourselves safe, then we must do it ourselves. Elsewhere in Cincinnati, another drug bust took place at what was meant to be the largest New Year's celebration to date. At a party which took place at the docks near the Ohio River, 25-year-old Cincinnati local Alex Whitehead allegedly spiked a multitude of partygoers' drinks with the new street drug known as 3-Eye. Whitehead was arrested with a pallet-sized cache of the drugs measured in gallons in its liquid form. According to the police, he was arrested on intent to distribute and transported to UC Medical Center for traumatic injuries of an unspecified nature. 3-Eye first made its appearance 4 months ago in Chicago, where police at the time claimed to have seized and destroyed all known supplies. According to the Chicago Arcane, a publication local to the Great Lakes area, which, like us, seeks to provide journalistic exposure to these types of matters. 3i purports to expose the users to a previously unseen dimension of spirits and ghosts. Some of those who ingested the drug at the New Year's Eve party shared similar testimony.
That shit was crazy, man. It was like you took it and like you saw shit, but not like seeing shit, you know, like you see the shit that you do with other shit, you know. Wild. It was wild. I'd fuck it up again. I'd fuck it up again. Oh, you know.
Why don't you tell me what you experienced when you took 3i on New Year's Eve?
So I took 3i, and it was great. Everyone was dancing, having a great time, and then suddenly there were spirits everywhere, and they were dancing, and I even danced with my aunt. She's been gone for 5 years, and it was so nice to finally get to see her. I knew she was doing well. I just had this feeling, but yes, it was great. You see things that are there, but the normal people can't see.
Cincinnati PD and its Shield brothers in Chicago claim that this new drug is nothing more than a powerful hallucinogen akin to LSD. But here at the Daily Chronicle, we wonder how likely it is that so many people would have a similar hallucination across multiple states, across multiple months. In attendance at the party, unrelated to this potentially paranormal drug, was local occult shop owner and self-proclaimed medium Bellamy Rose. While time and chaos restricted our field agents from reaching her for comments at the time, I would like to extend my personal invitation to Miss Rose to come to our show for an interview on the subject. And that concludes tonight's segments. As always, Cincinnatians, stay vigilant and good night.